Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Van. I just wanted to make a quick video here about Apex Legends. This is my first video I've ever made. I just wanted to throw out some points because it's really hard to type all this stuff on X and on Facebook and on YouTube and actually get my point across because it takes way too many characters and you have to sit there and type all day. So I figured I might as well just go ahead and throw this online and just see how it does. So let's talk about Apex Legends. All over the place nowadays, Apex is dying. Apex is dying. Apex is awesome. The true reason why it's dying, EA confirms Apex is dying. Mandy, why is Apex slowly dying? And 90% of these videos are talking about cheaters and how ranked is a dead game mode. Casuals are leaving because everything's becoming sweaty, and there's a lot of truth in a lot of some of the things, but I really honestly think the biggest thing that people are missing is something that Warzone had to figure out back with Modern Warfare 2. And the real reason why Apex is dying, and please hear me out, is this. They removed arenas. Why? On this chart, this is Steam charts for Apex Legends. Right now, our current average players is 71,000 players. The peak player for the month of February, or the last 30 days, is 160K, right? That's the last 60 days, and that's even after Champs Week. We can look here, and we can see right here is the peak of Apex. What happens here? Can anybody guess? I already showed it to you. They remove arenas. A month after its peak, Apex Legends removes arenas. And we can see here a consistent downgrade, right? But you might say, well, I mean, it's not an immediate steep drop. So how can you say that arenas is a problem? In this game specifically, the casual scene is dying. Because you can talk to anybody. And it's nothing but sweats in the game now. Nothing but sweats. And right here, they removed every non-sweating game mode. Arenas, for all it's worth, even though there were cheaters in ranked all the time, and you ran into your occasional sweaty team, sweaty squad, arenas was the far more casual game mode than anything we have. I think Season 24 is going to prove just how much Apex is going to miss its casual audience. And why arenas is the only solution. Why? Battle Royale is a sweat fest. Everybody knows that. How many times do I hear complaints about the solo queue experience in Apex being hell because they run into 3 stacks of Preds and 3 stacks of master players, 3 stacks of people that just run around and get their clips, movement players that just team wipe you off a drop? How often is it do you yourself as a casual player, if you are a casual player, and if you're a pro player, you know that this is the case. You just don't experience it all the time. But how often do you drop into a pubs match and you get insta-wiped? 60 seconds into the game and you're back into the lobby. 60 seconds, dead, lobby. Or you don't get insta-wiped, but one of your teammates dies and they decide to quit so they can restart because they're trying to get their 20 bomb badge. Or maybe the 4K badge. And now you're down to 2 people. Well, your other teammate decides, hey, I'm going to quit too because there's no point staying. We don't have a chance if it's a 2v3 because of all these 3 stacks that we're going to run into. And on and on. And ranked is no better. At this moment in Apex, ranked is probably the purest game mode of Apex Legends. It's what pubs should be outside of this special, playlist, right? But for some reason, regular pubs has the relic weapons in the game. They're made to just be overpowered for overpowered's sake. And it is fun to an extent until you run into one of those sweat squads that they're not just trying to team wipe you. They're trying to farm you over and over and over again in the Battle Royale scene. As a casual player, you get reminded that you're not the top of the tier. And because it takes so long to get into the game and to invest so much to invest into a Battle Royale game, it kind of wears on you. And so off you go to mixtape. Mixtape is a playlist that they use to replace arenas. But the biggest problem with mixtape is, once again, the sweats. Because Team Deathmatch, have you played a Team Deathmatch? How often you go in and play Team Deathmatch as a casual and you end on the top of the leaderboard? Skill-based matchmaking will, give you a win or two every now and then. It'll take you up or down. But how often do you go into a game and then all of a sudden there's just one person with ungodly aim and you swear that they have to be cheating? They have to be cheating because they just killed you 3 different times back to back to back within 5 seconds of you spawning at 3 different corners of the map. They have to be cheating, right? And they're shooting you from across the map with the 301 and they miss 2 bullets on you and just instantly knock you. There's that one guy or even that 3-stack team that's just running around trying to grind out the weapon leveling system or whatever it is, trying to get clips so they can put it on TikTok or YouTube and show how good they are. And it's no different in Control. Control's possibly even worse because Team Deathmatch at least has a score limit. Control is just another Team Deathmatch, but it lasts longer. It's domination for Call of Duty. And that's the problem with these game modes. Even Gun Run, which out of the 3, Gun Run is probably the best. It gets you a little bit of experience with every weapon, and it makes everybody have to do the same thing to win, right? But even then, you run into cheaters so much, and it just grinds on your mentality. And if you're a casual player, there is nothing here to do. You either get run down in Team Deathmatch, or you get run down in Control because a team is now spawn locked you, which happens over 80% of the time in games. Whether I'm the one on the team that's spawn locking the other, or the team on the other side is spawn locking us. When was the last time you were in a really good Control match? You were like, man, that was a battle, 98-98, and if we hadn't gotten those last 2 kills and taken B at the very end, we wouldn't have won that game. When was the last time you were proud that you won a match of Control, that you won a match of Team Deathmatch? When was the last time you thought, man, I really ran it up in the Gun Run? It's not there. It's not there because the sweats are the ones that dominate these game modes, and the sweats are the ones that really don't even care. They're just looking for stats. They're looking for clips so they can throw online and possibly get, a couple extra bucks off of the TikTok so they can buy next month's game that comes out or whatever it is that they're doing. The sweats own Apex. The sweats own Apex. These numbers here, these 72,000 players in the last 30 days, they're the sweats. 72,000 dedicated players to this game out of a peak average of 255,000. That's 25% of the player base in 2 years since they removed arenas. Why is arenas different? This makes arenas different. Most people just look at this and say, oh, well, it's just a gun selection screen. I mean, this is probably one of the biggest problems is that the guns that you wanted were expensive or weren't expensive enough or they didn't care about the meta or whatever it is that you want to say. But removing arenas removed options for the casual. Because what do you have to do every season? What do you have to do every season in order to make buying the Game Pass valuable to you? You have to grind out the season pass. And what's in the season passes? Get 10,000 damage in assault rifles, 15,000 in other game modes. Get 20 knocks with the marksman rifle or 30 knocks with the sniper rifle. Where are you supposed to get that as a casual player? What are these game modes here are you going to actually be able to get that with? Right? Because, newsflash, this doesn't exist in TDM. There are entire games that you can go where you don't even get a single weapon class. Tell me, when this is a loadout selection for your game of TDM or Control, how are you supposed to get your marksman weapons done? And if you back out a mixtape, what happens? Now, you're banned from playing the game for 2 minutes. Or you go back in, and then you get another class. Another game. Where let's just say it doesn't have sniper rifles. What if you need sniper kills? Sniper damage. I've been in games where there's no pistols. Shotguns and SMGs. As a casual, where are you supposed to get your battle pass leveled up? When is this right here making it conducive for casuals to be able to level up their battle pass? It's not. It's not. And then you have to go into Battle Royale. Because at least then you can maybe find the gun that you need, but then you have to get damage and kills. Grinding the battle pass for casual is hell in Apex Legends. Unless there's a game mode that you can go into and pick whatever gun you want, whatever class you want, and have round after round of a chance to get upwards of 400, 500 damage around. Maybe you can get those kills. And not only that, if you die, it's no big deal because you're coming back in less than, what, a minute? 2? Is there a game mode like that? That was it? Oh, yeah. There's arenas. This right here gave the casual player access to grind out their battle pass on a daily basis, knowing that, hey, I need sniper damage this week. Oh, okay, I'm just going to come in and I'm going to grab a sniper rifle. I'm going to grab my wingman and go to town. I need pistols. Oh, well, there's a P2020 right there. Shotgun, easy. Mozam, EVA 8, right off the rip. Every round, even if it's just 3 rounds, even if you get completely devastated in this, you still have the opportunity as a casual to grind out your battle pass. So, hey, you know what? Maybe the reason why they had to split up the battle pass into 2 is because people weren't buying battle passes enough. Why would that be? Why would they have to try to get more battle pass subscriptions if plenty of people were buying it already? Because they're not. Because there's no way for a casual to consistently be able to work through the battle pass because they removed arenas. But why arenas? Why, outside of that, is arenas so important to the game? Because arenas is a microcosm. It's a small portion of the overall battle royale experience. Even in arenas, you had to fight through the rings. You had rings to deal with, and you had to finish off a 3-man team. If you got knocked, you had the opportunity to get reses. How many battle pass objectives are there that require you to revive a teammate, to thank a teammate? Quite a few, actually, right? Quite a few battle pass objectives that can be done inside arenas for casuals. And the point of a game mode like arenas is to funnel the casual player who's not big into the battle royale into being tempted to try it. That's what happened with me. I ground arenas like crazy. And because of arenas, I was like, maybe I might have a chance in battle royale. And so I tried ranked. I tried pubs. And I fell in love with battle royale. That's the importance of a game mode like arenas, because it is a small part. It is something like the main game mode, but allows casual players to be just that, casual. Hey, if I want to go into arenas and die over and over again, I don't care. I'm getting damage. At least I'm having a little bit of fun, and I'm right back into the action. Do you know how little lobby time there was for me when I played arenas? You know how much lobby time there is in Battle Royale? In the state of the game it is now? And why do I say that arenas is so important? Is there something that I can compare arenas to? Here you go, ladies and gentlemen. Plunder in Warzone. See, I have a 65-year-old dad, I think it is, or 64. He's a year younger than, yeah, I have a 64-year-old dad, right? And I got my dad into playing Warzone back during the pandemic. When the pandemic started, this was going to be the way me and my family were going to spend time together. So I got my sisters, I got my mom, I got my dad into getting Warzone. It was free. You can get it on your Xbox. You can hop it on your computer, and we can all get together and play it from time to time while we're all locked down, and we don't have to fight anything. We could just spend some time together, and hopefully this might bring our family a little bit closer together, chaotic as it is, right? And so we spend a lot of time together doing that. But, you know, my mom and dad, who are in their 60s, never really were good at Battle Royale because it takes so much investment and so much thought going into it, considering all the variables that are coming at you and trying to control those as much as you can to try to win a Battle Royale. That's just too much. But you know what they were really good at playing? Plunder. You know why? Because with Plunder, you can drop to an entirely different section of the map and just play by yourself and just run around and get money. And occasionally you can win. Because the point of Plunder isn't to get kills, it's to get money. And occasionally it felt good for them when they actually did finally kill somebody that came after them. Right? Because there was some challenge. You became marked as a big money maker. Right? You were the big money bags if you had the most money on the map, and you got chased down by other 60-year-old casuals. But the other advantage to Plunder was, once again, Battle Pass. And you could quickly level it up and then go and focus on Battle Royale. You know, another thing that was great about Plunder is that you could go in and quickly level up your guns. It was so efficient that the casual player could drop in the Plunder and level up their guns in one night. One night if they were playing with a friend that was more experienced. By running down contracts. It was so efficient and thought so much to be an exploit by the mods themselves that they took it out. When Modern Warfare 2 came out, Warzone didn't have Plunder. They took Plunder out of the game because it was too easy to level the guns. And it was taking away players from the multiplayer scene. Why would you buy the multiplayer game if you could just hop into Plunder for free and level up your gun in 1 or 2 nights? Casually, just running around doing contracts, running around and doing recon contracts, running around and doing scavenger contracts, and you have your guns leveled up the entire time. Quick and easy. Because it took money away from the multiplayer scene. But that's the deal, right? Is that when you do that, you kill the casual player base. Because where do those 65-year-old grandpas go? Where do those 64-year-old grandmothers go? They're just playing the game casually with their 14, 13, 15-year-old grandchildren because the grandparents can't keep up with them in Battle Royale. They have nothing to play. Luckily for Warzone, they had District 9 or District 7, whatever it was called. I can't remember what it was, but it was a survival game mode. It was pretty garbage. For the most part, for, you know, a player like me, and, you know, my dad and mom kind of were into it a little bit, but they preferred Plunder, and they were happy as a peach when Plunder came back. But a lot of casuals quit playing Warzone, quit playing Modern Warfare, quit playing Call of Duty because they took out the casual game mode that they needed to level up guns consistently and to have fun consistently, where you weren't dropping in and losing all of your progression because some random team's sitting on an extraction point. Arenas is a Plunder of Apex Legends. Arenas is where you can go to do all your battle pass. Arenas is where you can level up your weapons. Arenas is where you can get the specific weapon in your hand that you need. You need those SMG kills. Well, I suck with the Volt. So what am I going to do? I'm good with the R99, but I can't get an R99 in this game unless I get it out of a care package. But you can in Arenas. And when they took that out of the game, they removed any incentive for the casual to buy the battle pass. This is the thing that goes missing, is that the pub stompers and the pros and the streamers, they don't think of these things because it doesn't occur to them because they never have a problem getting kills. They never have a problem getting that 25k damage. or 2,500 damage in the game, 4,000 damage in the game. They don't have to think about that stuff. The casual player does, because if I'm going to spend $10, $20 on the battle pass, I want to get everything out of that battle pass. And if I have to sit there and grind out battle royale just for 100 damage on my SMGs, that is 100 games to get 10,000 damage with an SMG if I'm, as a casual, only getting 100 damage a game. Some casuals can't even get that. So why is Season 24 of Apex going to ruin everything? Why is it going to make things 10 times worse? Because we put all the weapons of a specific ammo type into one bin on the drop spots, so that these 3 stacks, these sweats, these pub stompers, they don't have to actually look around and depend on RNG to find a decent weapon. They can just go right to the R9 and 301 in the bin. And what can a casual player do? Well, they can try to get there too, but who's going to win that fight? 99.9% of the time, the pub stomper is going to annihilate the casual. And why is the casual ever going to want to play the game again? Every pub stomper, every streamer, every pro player now has the instant access to the weapons of their design and their desire, and they can just run people down left and right. And not only that, it's not like, okay, they get the weapon and I can run away and pop a cell or two. The support class doesn't have that anymore, and even more so, they increase the damage on all the weapons! Why? What chance does a casual player have now? There's nothing. What do you and here's the kicker. 72,000 players playing in the game. 72,000 players playing in the game. My KD has gone from a 1.2 a year ago down to a 0.9. Why? Because now, instead of being in the top 25% of players, right? I'm in the bottom 60. Bottom 40, wherever that is. The skill ceiling has shot sky high because the basement has risen 27 floors. And now, you've given the players that are running around with the 4 or 5 KD weapons to kill everybody faster in the game that is well known for its long TTK. Where do you get off thinking this is a good idea? And then, not only that, you just created an entire class. You just created an entire class. When you break an enemy shield, you get a speed burst. Anybody that plays Apex Legends knows that when you get a knock, you push. You push hard, and you put the pressure on. Well, if you're a pub stomper or a pro streamer, what's the incentive to keep you from holding back the second you get a crack? You get that instant speed boost, right? You get the fast reload, and you got wall hacks for 4 seconds on the guy that you just cracked. Why would a casual player ever play this game again? Ask yourself, why would a casual player ever play this video game again? They never would. Never would. You literally have removed the only way for a casual player to work their way through a battle pass, to pay $10 to $20 a month for your battle pass for some really awesome skins, because Apex is nuts with their skins and everything. I love heirlooms. Oh my gosh, I have way too many of them. I spent way too much money on this game, but it's freaking awesome. The core game mode is so fun. But when you remove the casuals, all you're left with are the sweats. And even the low tier sweats then become what's considered the casuals of the game. And they get run out. What's the point? Why would I ever want to play a game where I'm going to spend more time in the lobby staring at searching for a match because the top 10% now have every weapon, every tool at their fingertips to annihilate me and anybody else I would ever play with? But guys, 3 strikes is going to come back. 3 strikes and hot drop is going to come back. It's all going to be coming back, and guess what? There's respawn modes. More reasons for you to get annihilated and farmed. Apex Legends has killed every opportunity, everything that can create a casual experience. And the people that are hardcore players of this game just don't seem to understand, because the Battle Royale is something that they love, right? And that's great. But because they loved the Battle Royale, they eschewed the arenas. And how many times do I see on X? It's so many times I see people on X saying that arenas wasn't a good game mode. It was only 10% of the player base. It was this and that. It wasn't all that fun. It wasn't this and that. That's because you enjoyed the Battle Royale. You're not a casual. You're on X talking about Apex. If you are on X talking about Apex, you are by definition not a casual player. This is the reason why Apex is dying. 75% of your player base is gone because you've gotten rid of the entire reason that casuals can be casual. This is the reason why Apex is dying, is because you are so stubbornly set on robbing casuals of the ability to grind out their battle pass for cheap and free without having to spend a bunch of money, that you lost 75% of your monetizable player base. And yet you think that the solution is to streamline the game, which, yeah, that needs to be done. You think the solution is to make the TTK faster, make it more like Call of Duty? No, because here's the dirty little secret about Apex Legends. The reason why Apex Legends is so successful and such a good game, it's not because of the maps. It's not because of the Legends abilities. It's not because of the gunplay. It's not even because of the movement. The movement is great, but it is not the thing that makes Apex Legends the legendary battle royale that it is. The single thing that makes Apex Legends the best battle royale is because it's a team game. And you cannot play it otherwise. The reason Apex is the best battle royale out there is because you cannot solo queue successfully. And I don't mean solo queue as in go in and you get matched up with other players. I mean hardcore 1v3. Unless you're one of the savant at the game, you cannot go in and solo trio your way to Predator. Heck, trying to solo trio a game in and of itself is difficult. Drop into a trios game by yourself and win that. It takes exceptional skill. It's much more doable in Call of Duty, in Warzone. Fortnite, much easier. You can be a solo player and handle yourself so well in so many other games, but Apex Legend, you have to play as a team or you will get stomped. That's the real thing that makes Apex special, is that because of the legend abilities, because of the gunplay, because of the longer time to kill, because of all the variables that go into making Apex Legends what it was and still somewhat is today, is that you have to play as a team to win. None of these three game modes do you have to play as a team, because you're getting yours. You know what game mode accentuated everything great about Apex Legends and put it into a small piece of pie that made you hunger for the whole pie? For the steak and potatoes? Was arenas. And that's why Season 24 is going to kill Apex. Because Apex Legends and their developers, Respawn and their developers, do not understand, do not get what keeps a battle royale game healthy, and that is its casual player base. And the second that they removed arenas in favor of a game mode, a mixtape game mode that just threw together three game modes that are just infiltrated and dominated by sweats and 3 stacks, The moment that they did that and increased not only the lobby time for casual players, but also punished casual players who were getting stomped and mixtape for leaving the game. In arenas, you may only win one round, but hey, you won one round. And even if you didn't win a round, you got to use the weapon and get somewhere further down the road with Battle Pass. And the fact that Respawn doesn't get that is the reason why Apex Legends is dying. You want to save Apex Legends? Bring back arenas. It doesn't have to even be fixed from what it was. Don't even have a ranked mode. Just bring back arenas. Because it gives the casuals a home to where when they do go play Battle Royale and they get stomped by Imperial Howl or the Gaming Merchant or Mandy comes in and one-shots, headshots them across the map with a charge rifle, they got a place to go and just chill. And know that they're at least accomplishing something. What are you accomplishing in Battle Royale today? As a casual player, what can you accomplish in Battle Royale? Nothing. Nothing. Because you can't get the damage on the guns you need. You can't get the knocks on the guns that you need. You can't even get the guns you need half the time. You sure as hell aren't getting any badges. You sure as hell aren't getting any accomplishments. Arenas has to come back. It's the only thing that will save Apex Legends. That's my opinion. I really need to get this off my chest. Pretty long video for my first video, I guess. I guess it could be more concise. But the passion, I hope you hear my voice outside of the, insaneness. I hope it helps you understand just how important this game is to people. And the importance of being able to have this type of game mode. And how much that game mode was loved, This game mode, arenas, led into Battle Royale. And this type of thing right here, arsenals, the weapon buffs, muzzle flash helping, which is great. That's going to be awesome, for MK players, you should be able to see what you're shooting at better as opposed to controller players just basically just being able to run and gun and not have to worry about it because the fine tuning isn't all that important for them. Yeah, I know I just got into the aim assist argument, but all this stuff does nothing. The maps do nothing. You can tune everything up and down whatever you want, but if you don't have a casual player base, you don't have a player base. The game will die. It will die. And that's where I'll leave it at. I appreciate you, if anybody stuck to the end of the video, taking your time to listen to this, and hopefully you understand where I'm coming from. If you like it, obviously like the video, or whatever, I don't know. I'm only really just doing this to rant, and hopefully get the message out a little bit better. If you disagree, put it in the comments, let me know. I'm going to leave it there. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for listening. Thank you all for putting up with my first video. Have a good night.